Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Next Level English. I'm your host, Maya, and today we're getting deliciously conversational. That's right, tonight's episode is called English for Dinner Talk. We're going to learn how to sound natural, friendly, and confident when you're having dinner, whether with friends, family, or even colleagues.
That's right, Maya. You know, dinner is such an important time to connect. It's not just about food, it's about sharing stories, showing manners, and even building relationships. But for many English learners, it can be tricky to know what to say and when.
Exactly, Tom. Sometimes even native speakers run out of things to say during dinner. You sit there staring at your food thinking, what should I talk about? But don't worry, you're about to learn all the key phrases, expressions, and small talk tips to make your dinner conversations flow smoothly.
Perfect. So before we jump into the dinner table, let's warm up. Listeners, imagine this. You've just arrived at a dinner gathering. You smell something amazing. People are chatting around the table, glasses are clinking, and someone says, "Hey, glad you could make it." What do you say?
Great scenario, Tom. So here are a few natural responses you can use in English for arrivals. Thanks for having me. Polite and warm. Wow, it smells amazing in here. Shows appreciation. It's so good to see everyone. Friendly and social. And if it's a formal dinner, you could say, thank you for inviting me. Everything looks wonderful.
That's a good one. And hey, when someone offers to take your coat or show you to your seat, remember to say, "Thanks, I appreciate it," instead of just "thanks." It adds a bit of warmth.
Yes, the key to sounding natural is using those small additions. I appreciate it, that's kind of you, you're the best. They all make your English sound more genuine. All right, once you're seated, you might want to start a little small talk before the food arrives.
Oh yeah, the classic pre-dinner small talk. It's that part where everyone's just waiting for the food but doesn't want to sit in silence. So let's share some simple go-to openers. How was your day? You look great. Did you just come from work? Have you tried this restaurant before? This place has such a cozy vibe, doesn't it?
Perfect. And to keep the conversation flowing, you can respond with natural follow-ups like, oh, really? Tell me more. Or, no way, that's interesting. Now, I want to talk a bit about intonation and expression. When you're chatting casually, your tone should go up slightly at the end of questions, and your energy should match the mood. For example, how was your day? How was your day? That's a subtle but powerful thing, Maya, because English conversation isn't just what you say, it's how you say it. And I think dinner conversations are the best training ground for that. You can practice empathy, humor, interest, all in one sitting.
Absolutely. So let's break the dinner down into stages. We'll go through arriving and greeting, small talk before food, talking during the meal, complimenting the cook or host, and wrapping up gracefully. Sound good, Tom?
Sounds like a full course lesson. Let's move on to the next stage, talking during the meal. Now, this is where learners often get nervous because they're juggling food, conversation, and maybe even cultural etiquette.
Exactly. And here's a golden rule for dinner talk. Don't talk with your mouth full. If you need to respond while chewing, you can just make a small gesture like raising your finger and saying, "just a second," or even quietly, "one moment." That's perfectly okay.
Yeah, nobody expects you to multitask between chewing and storytelling. So let's imagine you're at dinner and someone asks, do you like the food? You can respond with a few natural expressions. It's delicious. What's in it? I love the seasoning. It's perfect. Wow, this reminds me of something my mom used to make. Ooh, that last one is good for emotional connection. People love when you relate food to memories. It makes the conversation warmer. Let me add one more. This is amazing. Did you cook it yourself? That's both a compliment and a way to keep the chat going.
Exactly. And if someone compliments you on your dish, you can say, "Thanks, I'm glad you like it." Or, "It's just a simple recipe, but I'm happy it turned out well." That's a modest and friendly way to respond.
You're right. Overly saying, oh, it's nothing, might sound humble, but sometimes it sounds like you're dismissing the compliment. So balance humility with gratitude. Now, let's talk about conversation topics. Tom, what kind of topics are safe or enjoyable for dinner talk?
Good question. Generally, you want to stay away from politics, religion, or heated debates unless everyone's clearly comfortable. Instead, go for light, positive topics. Travel experiences, food stories, favorite movies or shows, funny experiences, hobbies. For example, has anyone been to a nice restaurant lately? Or I saw this funny video the other day.
Exactly. Those open-ended questions help everyone join in. But one more thing, listen actively. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Nod, smile, and respond with phrases like, "Oh, wow, really? That's so interesting. No way, tell me what happened next." These listener reactions show engagement.
Right. Active listening is conversation glue. Without it, you'll sound robotic or worse, disinterested. So, Maya, let's tackle one tricky part small disagreements at the table. What if someone says something you disagree with?
Ah, good point. In English, polite disagreement is all about tone and phrasing. Instead of saying, "you're wrong," you can say, "I see your point, but I look at it a little differently." Or, "That's interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way." Or, "I agree up to a point, but I also think." It's all about keeping things civil and considerate.
Exactly. You can disagree without sounding rude. I mean, you don't want to ruin the dessert over an argument about pineapple on pizza.
Oh, the great pineapple debate, never ending. Anyway, after the main course, many dinners move into a more casual vibe dessert, tea, or coffee. This is your chance to relax and talk about lighter things like weekend plans or dreams. Some nice transitions are, "That was such a lovely meal." "I feel so full, but I can't say no to dessert." Or, "So, what's everyone up to this weekend?"
That's the social dessert, right? Sweet topics after sweet things. Also, let's not forget to express gratitude to the host before leaving. You can say things like, "Thanks again for having me. It was a wonderful evening." Or, "Your cooking is incredible. I really enjoyed it." Or, "Hope we can do this again soon."
Yes, that's how you make a lasting impression. But before we wrap today's podcast, let's go through some bonus vocabulary and idioms related to dinner. Ready, Tom?
Bring it on.
Okay, idioms you might hear or use. Dig in means start eating. Stuffed means very full. "I'm stuffed. That was so good." It's my treat means I'll pay. To have a sweet tooth means loving desserts. To break bread means to share food and company. It symbolizes friendship.
Oh, break bread is a good one. It's often used to mean connecting beyond differences. Like, even though we disagree, we can still break bread together.
Exactly. It makes every dinner meaningful. And to all our next level English listeners out there, we hope today's episode helped you feel ready for your next dinner conversation, whether it's a casual family meal or formal event. Practice these expressions, play with your tone, and most importantly, enjoy the experience. Dinner talk is about connection, not perfection.
Well said, Maya. Smiling voice. Next time you sit down at the table, remember, you're not just eating, you're learning a piece of language culture.
So true. All right, that's all for today's episode of Next Level English. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow and share it with a friend. And hey, if you want more real-world English conversation lessons, check out our previous episodes.
Until next time, keep practicing and keep leveling up your English.
Bon appetit and goodbye, everyone.